The first step is always the hardest. YF-23. On August 27, 1990, an interesting aircraft complex, YF-23, by Northrop and McDonnell Douglas, with an unusual futuristic aesthetic, took to the skies for the first time. For some time, it was presented in magazines as a promising fighter. Although this project was quite promising for the aviation industry, in April 1991 it lost in the Advanced Tactical Fighter (ATF) competition, where the winner was the YF-22, which was later produced as the F-22 Raptor. Though almost 30 years have passed, the idea that the military made a mistake still lingers. It seems that the YF-23 should have been the winner of the competition, but the F-22 Raptor was adopted in 2005, and the YF-23 retired in 2012. Therefore, the question now arises as to why the YF-23 lost the ATF competition. It's necessary to consider its characteristics in detail and analyze this situation objectively to understand whether the Pentagon made a mistake. Two prototypes of the YF-23 were built, and each was uniquely named, Gray Ghost and Black Widow II, the latter of which was the second in the series. The first version of the Black Widow was developed by the company in 1943 and was used to fight Germany and Japanese fighters and bombers. Northrop hoped that the name Black Widow would appeal to the public and help them find success. But in the modern era, with F-15s, F-16s, and F-18s flying in the skies, the concept of the poisonous spider-webbed Black Widow not relevant to the needs of the modern world. It was just a joke, because the reasons of the YF-23's defeat were more serious. One of them was the concept. The YF-23 was built with an integrated aerodynamic design, a diamond-shaped center wing with cut-off flaps and V-shaped tip. Compared to the F-22, which had a normal aerodynamic configuration with a high trapezoidal wing and tail, including widely spaced tilt winglets with full-circle rudders and stabilizers. The YF-23 looked very revolutionary, but the U.S. military was less conservative than their British counterparts and didn't go through with the concept. In addition, the risk was unjustified when a more straightforward option was available. The second disadvantage of the YF-23, which may be surprising, is its flight performance. On the second flight, the aircraft showed a supersonic cruise speed of 1,056 miles per hour without the use of an afterburner, which exceeds the speed of sound at 767 miles per hour. In addition, the YF-23 has a greater combat range of 800 miles compared to the F-22, which can only attack at a distance of 530 miles. But in the past, the F-4 Phantom II, although it had its advantages, lost in close combat to the old Soviet MiGs. Therefore, given the lack of a vectoring engine in the YF-23, the U.S. military realized that this could have negative consequences. In addition, according to experts, the diamond-shaped wings of the YF-23 reduce the maneuverability of the aircraft. Also, the elongated fuselage of the Black Widow II, compared to the SR-71, is not the best solution in terms of maneuverability, especially in comparison with the heavy YF-22, which is perfectly suited for close air combat. Low visibility can be considered the third and perhaps the most important drawback of the YF-23. Northrop and Lockheed have worked very hard to develop stealth, as the use of stealth technologies is a key aspect of the fifth-generation fighter concept. There's some speculation that the YF-23 may be less visible than the Raptor because the YF-23's engines are recessed into the fuselage, which helps reduce infrared visibility. However, when it comes to radar visibility, which is more important, the Black Widow II does not meet the standards. The engine compressor blades can be seen exposed, and the YF-23's frontal area is larger than the YF-22's, making it more visible in close combat and vulnerable to detection by enemy radar. But it's not possible to conclude stealth based on the two prototypes, as it may be increased or decreased during development. Measures to reduce radar visibility on the YF-22 were more effective. Also, we'll probably never know the exact figures of Raptor stealth, so it's too early to conclude. However, the next disadvantage, which is no less important than the lack of stealth in the YF-23, is its cost. Grey Ghost and Black Widow 2 were more expensive than the Raptor prototype. According to reports, the enormous cost of production and operation of the F-22 Raptor was the reason for its discontinuation. It's impossible to say that the cost of the YF-23 would have been reduced during the revision. Prices usually only go up, and there's no reason to believe that this time it would have been different. In addition, the last factor is no longer related to technical characteristics, but to strategize considerations. Many experts and aviation enthusiasts emphasized Northrop's vast experience in developing the B-2 short-range strategic bomber. This is certainly true, but it should be noted that at the time of the YF-22's creation, Lockheed already had successful experience in developing stealth aircraft. Lockheed Martin was a pioneer in the development of stealth aircraft with its F-117 Nighthawk. Therefore, the argument about lack of experience is not valid. But more importantly, many Northrop specialists were involved in the development of the complex B-2, which was the most expensive military aircraft of its time. Therefore, it can be assumed that the award of the YF-23 contract could hurt the U.S. Army, as all priority aviation projects would be under the control of Northrop. This could be not only inconvenient but also dangerous, as it could undermine the country's defense capabilities. After the F-22 Raptor was discontinued, Lockheed Martin no longer needed the human resources to modernize this aircraft. Therefore, the company had to create a new stealth fighter. However, this is just an assumption. The YF-22 and YF-23 were two prominent prototypes of the fifth-generation fighter aircraft that turned out to be very close in performance. Although the YF-23 had its advantages, such as low visibility and high speed, the Pentagon decided to give preference to the YF-22. Was this victory fair? Perhaps some subjective factor intervened. But it's undeniable that both prototypes were very innovative and played an important role in the development of aviation. Despite losing the competition, the YF-23 was an outstanding aircraft with many advanced technologies. Today, it can be seen at the U.S. Air Force Museum in Dayton, which is a testament to its historical significance. If you enjoyed the video, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel to get new, interesting videos about modern weapons. As for whether the YF-22's victory was fair, it can be a matter of debate, and everyone has the right to have their own opinion on the matter.